What is up everyone, Sam is here, and today I'm going to show you guys 3 different blast beats for beginners. In my opinion, these are the 3 easiest blast beats if you're just starting out or just getting into blast beats. All 3 of these blast beats are in my different types of blast beats video, but I figured I would further break some of them down and do a little mini blast beat lesson. Wow, I've said blast beat quite a few times already. Okay, first things first, probably the easiest blast beat of them all, in my opinion, the hammer blast. Some people also call this the hyper blast. This is the easiest blast beat in my opinion because everything is in unison. The kick, snare, and cymbal are all doing the exact same thing. Let me show you. I should also add that if you prefer, this blast beat can also be played with 2 feet instead of 1. So to get you started playing this blast beat, first start playing eighth notes with your feet. Next, with whatever hand you're more comfortable with, add a snare on top of every single kick. Last, just add the cymbal on top, and once again this will be right with the kick and snare in unison. Now there is an easier alternative to the hammer blast, and it's called the pussy blast. This will give you a slight break if one of your hands are getting tired. The kick and snare are still exactly the same, but now the cymbal is only played on the first and third quarter notes of each measure. But why is it called a pussy blast, you ask?
Hey, stop being so lazy on the hi-hat, you pussy!
Okay, the next blast beat I'm going to show you is the traditional blast. This is sort of close to the hammer blast, but not really. For this blast beat, the kick and cymbal are still in unison with each other, but now the snare drum has broken away from the family and wants to be independent.
I want my own app!
So let's say the kick and cymbal are on every eighth note of each measure. So the snare is going to be played on the and of every eighth note. So the kick and cymbal would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll clap the snare, it'll be on the and. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the traditional blast is essentially a very fast polka beat. And yes, this is another blast beat that you can play with 1 or both feet, whatever you're more comfortable with. So to get started with this blast, again, you're going to want to start off with eighth notes on the feet. Once you've got that going, add the eighth notes on the cymbal in unison with the kick. And once you're comfortable with that, just sneak that snare in there. And remember guys, if you can't play it clean at moderate speed, you're not going to be able to play it clean faster. Everyone just wants to go really fast right off the bat, and it almost always sounds like shit. Do yourself a flavor, practice this stuff nice and slow. Once you get it down slower, then you just speed it up gradually over time. You'll get it, trust me. It'll be great. The third and final blast beat I'm going to show you today, for this beginner blast beat tutorial, is the gravity blast. I'm just kidding. The gravity blast is not a beginner blast beat. That's more of an advanced blast beat, and I'll have to cover that one in a future video. Okay, blast beat number 3 is the diarrhea blast. The diarrhea blast is almost the exact opposite of the hammer blast. With the hammer blast, everything is in unison, but with the diarrhea blast, nothing is together. It's all over the place, you know, kind of like diarrhea. In my opinion, this is a pretty easy blast beat because you don't need a lot of stamina for it, you just need some good independence between your hands and feet. And the diarrhea blast usually works best in triplet patterns, so we're gonna count this in 3s. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So it starts off with the snare and cymbal together, and you're basically just slamming all the quarter notes or all the eighth notes of the measure. For a blast beat, this doesn't really require a lot of stamina, so you can really get a nice hard slam. Once you're good with the hands, what you want to do is add 2 bass drum hits in between each slam. So remember our count, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you've got the hands on every one, and you want to add a bass drum on the 2 and the 3. And at normal speed, it'll sound like this. And that's gonna do it for this little blast beat lesson video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I really hope this helped you on your journey towards blast beat perfection.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all so much for watching, and this concludes our broadcast day. Click. Getting some pretty funny reverb off the cymbals here.